Welcome to Bathurst, where all dreams are broken in turn 1. Rocking the BMW with the Shell V-Power livery on it. Hard tyres, no stop. Coming down to turn 1, turning in and get absolutely railed by the Corvette there. Nothing like being pinged off the track, and it wasn't this Corvette either, worrying Apple. It's another Corvette we'll catch up to later on. Really frustrating start of the race, literally last place. And we don't even have a DNF to fall back on for here, so less than ideal. But there are different people here running a different strategy. If we can make great pace, make good strides, and clear the backlog, PRT cruiser forgot to turn, then we'll be in a good position to claim back what has been lost. Another victim of the wall. We'll catch up to another few more victims as everybody bottles up here. That was, what, another 2 or 3 cars there? Crash into the back of roaring Apple. Apologies, my friend, I didn't realise you slowed down. Either way, give him a little bit of a shove, get going, and hopefully the cars up in front will battle some more and we can claim that position. Roaring Apple looking for a move there, but ultimately nearly backfired on them. One car's off into the Sarlacc pit. That place is the pit of doom where you never come out. Oh my gosh, what a send, and into the wall you go, Dodge Viper. Oh, thankfully the penalty system said that is not your fault, Flash. Makes a change. Usually we get stung pretty hard. Now this is not going to end too well. Look at that, closes the door. Good job we didn't stay on the outside. Would have been fresh meat there, let's be honest. Absolutely wrecked. Nothing like a good start to the race. End of lap 1-ish. Claimed quite a few places due to crashing. Not too sure where you're going, buddy. Pick a side, any side you like. There we go, we've got that position. Braking just before the 150 ball. Get rear-ended. How did we see that coming? And there is the person who sent us off to oblivion. Karma Susi. Or Saucy? Who cares? Either way, that is the person who thought it would be a good idea to wreck us. And it doesn't end there, let's be honest, because we are very side by side here, breaking into this corner now. Not a lot of space is awarded and pretty much driven off the track. So we lost the position again. Okay, Flash, take a breath. What goes around comes around. Will worrying Apple take out Karma? I mean, to be fair, what goes around comes around is in their name. So, you never know. We might be in for a bit of luck here. Ball goes to plan, come on BMW, get your power down. You can do it side by side with the Karma, who eventually did back out. And we're now up behind worrying Apple. I mean, I'm not too sure why the Apple's worried. Is it a red apple? Is it a Granny Smith apple? Let me know down below, because that is an interesting scenario to be in. Come on, little Apple, you can do it. Get the power on. Oh, there's a wall coming up. Missed it. Look at that. And yeah, deep breath there. It can go very wrong if you turn in a little bit late, and we was on the crux of turning in late. Oh, steady on. Come on, buddy, get the power on it. Thank you very much. Kind of an awkward place. If you lose all momentum, you have nowhere to overtake because, well, you crash into the car that you're trying to overtake. It is very, very narrow there. And unless they ghost out, which is actually quite rare in this game, yeah, you're pretty much stuck in this situation. And part 2 of said situation, they'll be falling down the mountain when they come, which is basically what most of us do, coming down this hill. And worrying Apple is not alone. We are also falling victim to the gravity of the walls. Not as bad as that Ferrari though. That is a place you do not want to be. Honestly, I really do feel that the devs put that in place just to laugh at people who get stuck into that corner, because it's so easily done. And in many other titles, it's not there. I mean, I've never traveled to Bathurst in real life, so I can't tell you if it is real or not. And sometimes it's hard to see it during racing videos, but I mean, it's something I could understand doing just for the sheer fun of it. Moving on, position 8, has been obtained. We have gained 10 places since the start of this, well, since turn 1, so can't really grumble at that. Made that 9 places. No, 10, 11 places. Flash, count in the right direction. Okay, we have gained a few more. We're now into the top 5, or onto the top 5. We just need to actually get past Worry and Apple, and surprisingly, they're actually setting a really good, consistent lap time, eking away ever so slightly. So I do have the feeling that they might be on a totally different tyre compound. Medium, to be specific. And by lap 5 and 9, wouldn't be too bad of an idea to pit, or maybe lap 6. Yeah, probably end of lap 6 would be a good place to pit as well. Then you have 7, 8, and 9 to do. 3 laps on soft tyres does seem to be the winning formula, and so does that wall. See how destructive that wall can be. Just ping-ponged the Corvette into another realm. Now we're in position 4. Absolutely ideal. 10 seconds away from the car up in front, who has already been into the pits. That is quite the time to be away, and if they've already been in the pits, you can only presume they're on a much better tyre compound than ourselves, and that being soft, let's be honest, you'd be crazy not to be on that tyre. Position 1, Fawn Golf, with a phone number next to it, is almost 20 seconds ahead. That is quite the lead. That could have been us. That could have been us if turn 1 never happened. Just saying. We are setting actually a better lap time than 209.653. Still improvements to be made. I think a 208 is quite quick on hard tyres, and 209 is pretty well up there, but still improvements to be made. I mean, a late 208 as well, not like a on the button. I think that'd be medium tyre territory. Crazy thing is, we're now on the podium seat. You know what that means? Fawn Golf went into the pits. Crazy enough though, the pits are so short here that Fawn Golf is right behind us. 2.3 seconds away to be quite exact. Not ideal. We've got another 2 laps ahead of us. We're not going to be able to hold them off for that long. I really don't think that's going to be the case here. And it's sad really, unless they crash. I mean, that would be beneficial. You know, I'm not going to throw that out the window and say they're not going to. But I think it would be more than ideal if they did. There is the other option is that we crash and we lose position 4. Do think we do have a good bit of time away from the cars behind though. So if we do have a little bit of a hiccup, it's not going to affect us too much. Come on, BMW, turn. Wall, scratched. Lap doesn't count. But we actually are up time-wise on this lap. Probably could have gone through that corner a little bit quicker, lost a couple of attempts there. And under pressure from the Ferrari behind us. Nice little livery on there, buddy. Fawn Golf is actually being very patient. So credit where credit is due to them. They could literally lunge it past us and we would be the losing party. But it's not the case. They're being patient. They're following us down the mountain and driving really respectfully. So thank you ever so much, Fawn Golf, for actually driving as fair as possible. We're going to hold it over to the right hand side. Kind of indicate to them that I am keeping out your way. I don't want to slow you down. You can take that position, and I'm going to brake just a tad early, let them take it away, because that slide was epic. Fawn Golf, well held. Because if they are under pressure from ourselves, it could encourage a situation. We just need to make sure we apply the correct amount of pressure. Being on hard tyres, almost pretty much dead. We are only 0.3 seconds away. Probably could have done turn 1 a lot better than that. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. They are now 0.5 seconds away. BMW is really not the fastest in the straight line. It's confident, shall we say, but it's not a trendsetter, let's put it like that. And by the time we come out the other side of the mountain, we have lost another second upon them. And to be fair though, a second isn't really a lot considering that they're on soft tyres. So credit where credit's due, you know. This BMW is doing very well, and we're finishing the race off in position 4. I mean, absolutely ideal. It could still go wrong in this final corner, but you know, I'm not trying to jinx it or nothing. There we go, party poppers are out, fireworks on the go. crossing that line in position 4. What a race that was. Started off in position 8, sent to the back of the grid, and finished it off in position 4. Quite a bit of time ahead of everybody else, to be quite honest. Where is Kamasusi? Yeah, they are quite far down the list. So, yep, you know what? We beat the person that sent us flying. And that is what matters, let's be honest. We're going to head over to Grand Oak now, where we're actually racing the right direction. And that is going to throw us off a little bit because we got so used to going the other way around. Oh, we're being violated. What a start to a race this is. Like, seriously, I don't know how they can get it so wrong. You know, it's just simple. And you say that, though, but, I mean, then again, you know, they're probably preempting how this race is going to go. Let's be honest. Grand Oak, the right way around, is going to be messy. Let's leave it at that. Okay, we're making it round 3, 4. Could probably got the power a little bit earlier. Lost a lot of momentum compared to everybody else. Plenty of time for things to change. I mean, we're in position 7, which is, yeah, that was not bad. But we are doing a different strategy. We are doing a medium to medium. Hard no stop is not going to happen at this track. This track is quite rough on tyres. We have the mechanic 33 in front of us, so if anything goes wrong, this person will be able to pull over, sort us out, get us back on the road, and away we go. I'm not too sure about body damage, though. I don't think they could fix that, but, you know, I mean, probably could straighten out a wheel here and there. Okay. 3 wide? Nope. Everybody's now filing into a nice organized line as we go along the straight. We are not in the tow from anybody, but we do have a little bit of an inside line of turn 1. We're into position 5. 2 cars behind, battling quite heavily. Cars up in front. What is going on? Not a lot. Everybody's pretty much too wide and very door bangy. Yeah, you know what, let's make it 3 wide. Thought about it, did think about it, but ultimately backed out. You know, sometimes have a bit of common sense does fall into the mind, and backing out was definitely the right thing to do, let's be honest. Rather than not get into tangles with that Ferrari. Steady, get off the dirt. That better not be a penalty. It was not, but we did lose quite a few places. Now demoted to position 8. And you know what? Sometimes it's better to let others battle. Let's watch what goes on. Ooh, steady. Mechanic. Careful, buddy. Or it might be my fault rolling in a little bit. Who knows? Doesn't matter, we're both still on the track. Side by side with Optic Tempest. I kind of like the livery. It's actually a really nice livery on the car. Yep, the purple and blue looks lovely. Could you give me a little bit more space, please? It'd be much appreciated. Yeah, it wasn't going to happen, was it? Let's be honest, guys. They're going to hold you out. And that's fair enough. They're holding us out, hopefully for them, giving themselves a better line. But ultimately, we're going to may lose another position to the mechanic who sides back. My doors look really good. Back down to position 8, demoted again. That becomes more of a theme in this race where everybody's literally just bouncing around, you know, gaining a few, then losing a few. You know, it's not the mechanic decided to see the gravel pit. It's not overly aggressive, but it's also not too kind either. That's probably the better word of looking for it, too kind. And while they're all battling up in front, you know, it does give us the opportunity to reel them in. You know, it helps out a lot. The problem is they're battling so heavily that you can't capitalize upon that, because either they're going 3 wide in a straight, or they funnel back in at the right times, and you just don't manage to find or keep pace. And it becomes quite a work of art to try and find a position, contact free, of course. I mean, others aren't doing contact free. I mean, they're turning it into more of a contact sport. I mean, that's the Ferrari. You know, that Ferrari nearly lost her whole life there. and I'm pretty sure, well, the Corvette did. The Corvette has met the wall at an alarming rate, and I'm pretty sure they didn't really want to do that. Oh dear. Well, at least we look good, and lost a lot of time and pretty much turned into the meat of a sandwich, and that's not the place to be. Do you know, I do feel for that Corvette, because that could have been us, and it has been us before, so you know exactly how destructive it is. Oh dear me. Hope that's not the Corvette behind us, let's be honest, because they are not going to be happy. And we don't want to be in their way of unhappiness. We want to let them get through and take out their frustration on somebody else. Yeah, thinking about it. Okay, so we're now behind the mechanic in the Corvette. We have a Noon behind us that has swiftly gone into the pits. Probably were on soft tires. Wow, the Optic Tempest liveried Aston Martin turned right in a left-hander, and that is the end for them. Okay, so everybody's down pretty much. 2 to go. So we're gaining positions by others' destruction. Can't really grumble too much at that, I guess. But as long as we are not destructive ourselves, we should be on to a winning formula here, as the total liveried Aston Martin and the Corvette, the mechanic, start battling. I'm hoping they start battling. We don't want the mechanic to start eking away. That'd be less than ideal. Oops, steady on. Aston Martin could have gotten a power a little bit earlier. Was not expecting you to not get on the power, let's be honest. And gave them a good old kiss from behind. Little Beak behind us is slowly closing that door. We do not need a third person invited to the party. 3's a crowd. We just need 2 of us battling together to gain that position. And it did take a whole other lap to close that door a little bit. But you know what? We're side by side. We're going to have the inside of turn 1. But the Aston Martin had other ideas, and they chopped the whole front end of this car off. Do you mind giving space, sir? Please, that'd be very much appreciated. Oh yeah, of course that's my fault. On the inside of a corner, and the Aston Martin is one to not provide space. Neither is the BMW. What an, you know. Thing is, the Ferrari does us a massive solid here. Over you go. I shouldn't laugh at that, but they asked for it. Like, you know, you can't argue that they didn't ask for it. It's very much appreciated, Ferrari driver. Absolutely love it. And credit where credit is due. That was so smooth. The BMW had no clue that was coming. So either they did that for us, or they've been a victim to the said BMW earlier. I thought, you know what, time to induce a little bit of karma. And they actually got away with it, because they only got a 1 second penalty at the moment. So yeah, absolutely ideal, not going to lie. It was funny. It's still cracking me up now. It really is. And sad, yes, we've lost a position. You know, it would be nice to not be in that situation. And as well with the penalty from the Aston Martin, I failed to understand how being on the inside of a corner and the car on the outside not providing enough space is somehow our fault whilst we're turning. Yep, so the stewards are at it again. They are at the side watching the cameras whilst completely drunk. Yep, they had one too many shandies. Is that the mechanic? That was the mechanic. Interesting. Okay, so if we keep up with the Ferrari here, we might be on to a winning formula, because we only have a half second penalty. They have a 1. The car behind has a 1. Yes, you see where this is going? We might actually gain position 3 here. That would be a podium finish after one of the more chaotic races that I've had in a while. And I say chaotic rather than destruction, because it was messy. Everybody's fighting each other, but not many people, well, a few people, went flying off the track. Sadly, though, I will say with this, we made a mess up. How frustrating is that? And what a mess up it was. I mean, seriously, I had 13 laps of practice to take turn 1 correctly. It took 13 laps, well, on the 14th lap, sorry, to absolutely mess it up. Ah, dear me. Do you know what? We was on to a winning formula there and everything, and I think we're going to finish this race off in position 5, providing, you know, we don't mess it up again, let's say. And it doesn't seem to be the case. Offside front tyre, or right-hand front tyre, sorry, is on minor wear. The rest of the tyres are looking pretty well, so it shows you what was really working hard overall. Finishing this race off in position 5. Do you know what? What a glorious race it was. It was quite a bit of fun. Oh, Optic Tempest that actually stayed. I thought they would have quit. Yeah, because that was a ruthless turn right into a left-hander. Yeah.